Glenn Beck, during his show, went on a rant against India and its healthcare system. It was totally out of control, as you're about to see. And I can't believe that people don't get more mad about this stuff. Maybe I guess the Indian American community is too small a community and no one cares. But, all right, let's watch Glenn Beck let it loose.
On their website blog, SEIU is promoting the greatness of the healthcare system in India. Get this, it is cheaper to get healthcare in India. Who would have guessed in India? No way. Next you're going to be telling me that you can buy a Buick cheaper than a Rolls Royce. Shut up, Andy Stern. No, that's what he says. I didn't believe it until I saw this video on the SEIU blog. Let's watch.
I went to New Delhi, India to have a hip replacement about a month ago. I think the American healthcare system is excellent, but I just think it's so expensive. Where's the money going? Why is other countries being able to do something for a lot less? You know, like, if a hip replacement costs like, 12.5 probably, with all the extra,
Yeah.
over there. Well, then why is it $40,000, $50,000 over here? Where's the money going?
Have you just thought, man, people are stupid? Not her, of course. Carolyn, that was a great question. Where does all that money go? Why is it so much cheaper in India? Yeah. I looked into this. The best I can figure is all that money goes to high-tech hospitals and doctors who studied at Harvard rather than Gajara Raja Medical School. Oh, sure, yeah. It's weird. You can buy a Gucci bag on any New York street corner for like $4. No different than the $3,000 real thing. Oh, they're identical. They are. Yep. And also, in our research that it took us, about 40 seconds, we figured out that some of that money here in America winds up in the pocket of a skilled doctor that helps offset the 20 years of schooling that he endured and the loans that he took out. And, you're not going to believe this one, Carolyn, some of that money seems to go to the 1 million SEIU workers in the healthcare industry that make slightly more here than in India because, they have an American lifestyle, maybe a couple of cars, great union benefits, and homes with something that we in America like to call flush toilets. I don't want a discounted doctor. I don't want discounted wages. I don't want any of this stuff. If I wanted to live in India, I'd live in India. I want not the Indian lifestyle, I want the American lifestyle. I'm sure, no offense to India, I'm sure it's beautiful and everything. I've heard, especially this time of year, especially by that one big river they have there that sounds like a disease. Come on, it does. I mean, if somebody said, I'm sorry, you have a really bad case of Ganges, you'd want Cipro.
Yeah. Keep it classy, Glenn. Nice going. All right, so first of all, he doesn't trust Indian doctors. Then you might not want to go to an American hospital. Have you been to an American hospital lately? Chock full of Indian doctors. And not all of them studied at Harvard, although a lot of them did. A lot of them studied at Gajra Raja Medical School, as you say. Okay. Yes, a lot of them studied in India, and they got a perfectly good education. There are over 35,000 Indian doctors in America. There are 10,000 more medical students and residents right now in America that are Indian American. And I don't know, look, is India less developed than the United States? Of course it is, okay? And if you say, hey, you know what, I'm not going to take my chances, I'm going to have an operation here rather than India, I get it, okay, there's no problem with that. But what's the need with that? They don't have flush toilets in India, can't you? It sounds like a disease. You look like an ass. And I'm surprised more people aren't offended by your ridiculous outbursts. There's over 2.5 million Indian Americans, and as in South Asian Indians, and a lot of them are doctors, as I just pointed out. And then, of course, what does he blame the high costs on? The SEIU. It's the unions that are taking all your money. Really? That's the main problem with healthcare in America, the unions? And then his other example was so stupid. Gucci bag. So that $4 Gucci bag is not the same as the several $1,000 Gucci bag. Actually, it's pretty close. And if you ask me which one I'd want, I definitely want the $4 one. It depends on the situation. And you know what? Some Americans think it's so expensive over here, I'm going to get the operation by an Indian doctor anyway. Why don't I go to India and get the operation for a quarter of the cost? And in that context, that seems to be a fairly rational decision. Now, you can disagree with the decision, but to mock the whole country of India when you don't even realize so many of the doctors here are Indian, well, it makes you look like the buffoon that you actually are. There's no end to it with Glenn Beck. But since I guess Indian Americans are not that powerful in the U.S., this gets totally ignored.